So what we first started with was we said that in the beginning, we're like, do we need anything that's decentralized, or, or is it okay to be centralized? That's how we first started. This is pre-Eigenlayer. And as we were talking to a lot of applications who were going to integrate Predicate, they said that they would need something somewhat more decentralized. And the reason why is they said, hey, look, we're building on a blockchain. We have an application that's smart contract enabled. Yeah, you have immutable contracts, but the whole point is that we have some type of decentralization here. And if we integrate a centralized system, the vulnerability here is now we have, you're now saying that Predicate is a central point of failure, right? There's a concern around latency, uptime, verifiability, all of those things. And now you're saying we're going to trust this centralized provider to be good on all of those fronts. So we said, okay, great, that might be a problem. And so a lot of our partners are like, we need something more decentralized. So we said, okay, great, we're going to build a more decentralized operator network. The best ways to do that was either to build a proof of authority model, a bit like how Wormhole approached their Guardian network, or a Cosmos SDK, which would involve, launching a token pretty quickly. You have to bootstrap your network. Axelar is a very good example of a Cosmos SDK style approach for cross-chain messaging. So think of it as like the Wormhole versus Axelar choices. Then Eigenlayer came along, and we knew the Eigenlayer team for some time because when we were at Cello, we were already talking to Eigenlayer about EigenDA, right? So this was like beginning of early 2023, we were already talking to Eigenlayer. And then I was talking to Shootam and I said, hey, wait a second, isn't this technically what you guys are able to solve for, is us to bootstrap our operator network so we don't have to go and do this? And he was like, that's exactly what Eigenlayer is able to do. And so then we said, okay, great, let's spend a little bit more time digging into Eigenlayer and see if it makes sense. And we realized it makes a lot of sense for us if you're trying to bootstrap a decentralized operator network so that we as a team can go and focus on what we really are trying to do. Our focus is around building an entire system for pre-transaction logic and policies. By working with Eigenlayer, we spent less time having to go and build out our entire operator network.